Hey everyone, Fix It Scotty here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the burn tube and igniter on a Wolf natural gas oven. Now this presentation could apply to some of the larger 48 or 60 inch range ovens, but this repair was specifically performed on a residential format 30 inch model. Also, I can't take credit for this video as the repair and footage was filmed by my brother who graciously gave me the footage so that I could create this video for you. So if you think he did a great job, hit the like button, and without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, here we have a Wolf gourmet oven. It's the model AS30KI. This particular oven happens to have an issue where the bake burner is corroded and rusted out, and it's letting out more gas and creating a bit of a whoosh sound when it ignites. So we want to get the burner and the igniter replaced on this thing. First thing we want to do is we want to get behind here and unplug the oven and shut off the gas. Second thing we're going to want to do, what we notice on these ovens is they're supposed to have the serial number and the model number in a tag underneath, but you can see up in that corner there is where the tag is supposed to be, and it's supposed to tell you exactly what the model number and serial number is, because one of the challenges we have with Wolf ovens is you may have the same model number, but if you have one series of serial numbers, it may require one part, and if you have a different series of serial numbers, it'll be a different part. So find a way to get that serial number. Thankfully, the previous owner that bought this registered it, and so when I called up Wolf, they had the registration number and the serial number ready to go so they could tell me the parts. So that'll be a bit of a challenge. Once you get everything cleared out of the oven there, what you'll want to do is take a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're going to want to find the 4 screws on the bottom area. I already took them out, but you have a screw here, here, and then 2 in the back. And then you should be able to just pull out the bottom compartment and put that off to the side. Next thing you want to do is take out this, I think it's called like a flame deflector. You'll take that guy out and put that off to the side. The way you do that is lift from the back first. And then you should just be able to pull that right out. There's 2 little knobs that hold in these areas here. But on the front, there's a couple of screws kind of keeping it down. So that's why you need to lift the back part up first and slide that out. And get that off to the side. From here, you should be able to see the burner tube, which is this guy. And if I can get in there, it may show up. If I can get in there, you could see that there's a lot of corrosion over by where the igniter, which is this guy, meets the burner tube. And so what's happening is I'm getting, it opened up a bit, and it's getting a lot more gas coming out of there, and essentially creating a whoosh once it ignites. So these are the 2 parts I'm going to want to replace. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to get to this lower access panel. In order to open that up, on this particular model there's a couple of screws, one down there and the other one on the other side. Okay, now that the lower access panel is off, we can take a look at where all the screws are. First one is going to be to get the burner out. You're going to want to go all the way in the back of the burner right there and pull off that screw right there. Now the other 2 are going to be a little bit more work. Underneath the oven, you can see that screw right there. That's very accessible. The other one, on the other hand, though, is behind the spring. So what I'll need to do here is I'll need to get something to loosen up that nut and take the tension off the spring, and then I can go and pop the spring, move it off to the side, and then take out the other screw there that I'll need to pull out the burner. All right, now that I got the spring out, I can then get to those 2 screws. So I'm going to go ahead and undo those screws now. While I'm doing this, I have to hold on to the door because now without that spring, it's just sort of flopping around and I don't want it falling down on me. Alright, this thing should be able to pop right out, but it's still going to have the igniter connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lift it out and then disconnect the igniter. So make sure you have your screwdriver handy. So what you'll have here is 2 screws holding the igniter onto the bracket. So I'm just going to go ahead, pop that off. Keep in mind with these Wolf units, some of these igniters, although the igniters look standard like a lot of other gas ovens, some of the Wolf things have a higher amperage igniters. So even though they look the same, you still need to get one specifically for yours because it will fit in there but not actually light normally. Alright, so there's the burner. You can get a good look right there. You could see why I was getting that whooshing sound for sure. It's pretty common that things rust and corrode in this area, so definitely something to take a look at. So if you get any kind of whooshing sounds, it's likely this is starting to go. I'm gonna get the igniter out of there. You just simply pull it out here very carefully. What you'll notice is there'll be a connection, a nut here, and a connection down in here for your igniter for when you want to swap that out. All right, let's see what we got from the parts distributor. Okay, we got the bake burner tube. Everything looks good here. All right, looks like the burner comes with this guy to plug into the oven there, and then just a bare wire. All right, so here's my old one. I want to try to reuse this nut because I think that this is a ceramic wire nut. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, and then you put this one right next to it. So that's the bare wire one there. That's what you want to hook up to here. That's pretty tight. Good. Yeah, for this black one, it's got this shrink wrap stuff, the heat shrink stuff. I think it's got it on there pretty good. So I kind of started to cut just a second ago. I want to get that away. There we go. All right, now coming back to the oven, we'll want to get this thing attached back to the burner. Yeah, now we'll just go ahead and get this thing back in there. Next, put back this piece here.
So after putting everything back together and testing, we have a successful repair. Now there's no more whooshing sound when the oven lights, as well as uneven heating, but most importantly, my brother avoided a potential fire hazard had he put off the repair and that hole in the burner got even larger. So that wraps up this small video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and thanks for watching.